What's going on, my wonderful Retro Squad? This is your boy Retro Quin, and today we got a review and on feet of the one and only Shattered Backboard 1. Oh yeah, y'all see the box, man. Y'all see the box. The Jordan brand done turned up for 2025, man. 10 years later, and we got something that we can really be appreciative of, man. Cause back in 2015, when these first dropped, y'all know that we had the regular black box with the with just the red Nike logo and branding and stuff on it. But this time, they cooked up for us, man. They gave us an all over black Jordan 1 box. We got the orange that signifies like the colorway of the sneaker, because I noticed they've been doing that a lot lately too, just giving us like whatever the colorway of the sneaker is, we get that kind of implemented all over the shoebox and stuff. But the biggest difference with this box is them giving us that shattered glass look all over the box, man. So they really turned up this time on the box. And my only gripe that I have is I wish they could have just like right here on the glass and stuff, if they could have raised it up some, so like once we touch it, we could actually feel like, you know, like the shards and stuff like that. I feel like that would have been a crazy touch right there. But needless to say, they did turn up with the box, and I don't think we have nothing. Yeah, we don't really have nothing different on the inside. They did give us a second set of laces, so we do have the orange laces, and I have been seeing people use the like the off-white, like cream colored laces for the Shattered Backboards, and that's a pretty cool look too. But for me, I just decided to go with the regular all black. Y'all know I told y'all I don't really do too much when it comes to like color swapping and stuff like that. I did change my laces in the Nigel ones, and that was a pretty good touch to it. But as far as like sneakers like this, I wouldn't go with the orange. In my opinion, I like the black, and I'm cool with the cream color for a secondary color. But enough of the box. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into the details and everything, and then we're gonna get into the sneaker. But the official name of the shoe is the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG. The official color code and style number is DZ5485008. And I did get these in a size 11.5. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the retail for these was $185, I believe. But I have been seeing prices under retail and stuff, so I don't feel like this gonna be a shoe that's, you know, just gonna take off and stuff. At least not right now. I feel like probably in a few years, once people realize that the price is not going down on the original Shattered Backboards, I feel like that's when the price gonna kind of start creeping up on these. But I think this one of those sneakers where, like, just from me kind of reading the market and, you know, like just kind of, I guess, just reading the room in general, I don't think this gonna be a shoe that's like just ridiculously hard to get if you really wanted it. But we do have the wonderful things right here, man, and that orange is popping, man, especially with the extra lighting, man. That it's hitting off of these, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I'm glad. Honestly, I did go back and look at the 2015 pack, because I didn't get my hands on those, and prices shot up to ridiculous like amounts and stuff, and I just wasn't paying that for a Jordan 1, even though Jordan 1 prices were ridiculous around then. But I couldn't do it, man. And I'm surprised that it took 10 years for these to re-release, but I'm glad that I actually have it, a retail pair, in my hands now. And now that I done got a chance to look at this one and compare it with the 2015, I personally like the 2025 version better. And no, I'm not saying that because I don't have the 2015, but it's just that I prefer this one. I feel like the leather might be a little softer or a little better on the 2015 pair, But just overall, like just how vibrant the orange is, and I've been noticing that they've been going with the bigger Nike swoosh too. So I do like that touch. And then to me it seemed like the air, like the wings logo is a little bit more, I guess, like bold and stands out a little bit more. So I do like that touch on it. But like just overall, I do prefer this 2025 pair. And if I did have the 2015 pair, I probably would just sell it and maybe double up on these or just get something else that I like. But definitely glad that I got these in hand, man. But we're gonna go ahead and go with the very bottom of the sneaker. Y'all see that Jordan Brand hit us with that all over orange, that shattered backboard orange, man, for the bottom. And then we got that regular Nike branding right there. And then right here on the midsole, y'all can't see it with my camera, but we do have kind of like a, it's not as off-white or as cream as the original pair, but we do have a little bit of a like honestly it does look more so on that white side, honestly. But I think it's just a tad bit off white in a sense. But we do have that regular white bottom on the midsole there, and then going into the upper we do have that classic black with the orange all over the panels and stuff, just giving us that classic OG shattered backboard look. And I will have B-roll throughout this entire video just showing y'all the quality and stuff. Y'all can see it just a little, but the leather quality and stuff is still real plush and it looks real good and stuff. But I do know back when the original shattered backboards came out, it's like that kind of set the market for the Jordan 1s when it came to like the leather quality and stuff. Like anything that came out, everybody was comparing it to the shattered backboard quality, and they was talking about that off-white coloring and stuff. So that's kind of something that I feel like the original shattered backboards kind of shifted the sneaker game or the sneaker market. When that happened, it really shook some stuff up, man. But like I said again, I'm glad that I do have these in hand. But just kind of highlighting that black, orange, and white or off-white coloring all over the sneaker. And like I said earlier, we do have that bigger Nike swoosh, so I do like that. And then that wings logo just is just standing out super bold, man. I like that as well. And as far as like just the branding on the top of the tongue, we do have that regular Nike Air tongue. And one thing that I did notice that was different on this one, it's not really a huge thing, but if you can notice right there next to the Nike Air, there's like a trademark logo there. And if I'm not mistaken, I haven't been noticing that on Nike on the Air Jordan 1s, and that could just be something that I've been missing, but I don't think I've been noticing that. So that might be something that they're doing different. I don't know if this is the first pair that they're doing it on or if they had started doing it. Matter of fact, I can look on my nodules. Yeah, so they do. Whoops, I'm making a mess over here. They do have that same branding on the tongue there. So maybe that's something that they've been doing, and I just haven't been noticing it. So disregard if that's false information. But that's really it. Just on the full sneaker, I did want to pull the insoles out so I could show y'all that. And I think the insoles were the same on the original shattered backboards, but they gave us this same shattered glass design. And I think one thing that they done with these was, at least from the feel of it, it seemed like it's kind of, I don't know if it's like lasered in or I don't know the correct terminology, but this won't rub off as easy as like how they have like the regular Nike Air on the inside, and we always talk about putting tape over it so that it don't fade away. I don't think we're gonna have that issue with these insoles because it seemed like they made from a different material or they designed them a different way. But that's really it for the sneaker, like just overall and stuff. And for those that don't know the story behind these, or why they so coveted, why they so sought after, y'all know I told y'all I love when sneakers have a story attached to them, like something to kind of make it not necessarily sentimental, but it can be sentimental, but like those sneakers that have that story that could be attached to it, that it just make it like a special moment. But Jordan actually, he didn't play in these. This was one that he didn't play in, but there was like an exhibition game in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I looked up on this, but I think it was like an exhibition game that he played in Italy. And if I'm not mistaken, his original contract, because y'all know with a lot of the NBA players and just really sports players in general, they have certain clauses and stuff in their contract saying that, you know, they can't play like pickup games or, you know, stuff like that, because you don't want to risk them getting injured and stuff, because I mean, like they're an asset for the league, and they bring money into the league with ticket sales, jerseys, you know, all of that stuff. So they have certain things in their contracts and stuff stating, like, you know, whether they can play in certain events and stuff like that. But if I'm not mistaken, Jordan, he didn't take that. He pretty much, you know, set that standard and let them know, like, hey, I'm gonna do what I want to do because I'm Jordan. Like, that's pretty much how it went. Just in a nutshell. But he went over to Italy, played in an exhibition game, and when he dunked, he actually shattered the glass, you know, broke the backboard down and all of that stuff. And you know, the crowd went crazy, bananas and all of that. And he just kind of, you know, kind of casually walked off like I do this, like this ain't nothing new for me. So that's kind of like the like, you know, the story behind the Shattered Backboard, where the hype comes from with it, and you know, outside of the original quality and stuff that it had back in 2015 when they released. But that's where you get a lot of that stuff from. But the other thing that was surprising to me with this release was the amount that was sitting on shelves. And like I said, I've been seeing people talk about them going for under retail and stuff like that, and I'm like dang, man, for a shoe to be so sought after 10 years ago, it's just crazy how time changes things, man. And like, I mean, true enough, we're not getting the exact same shoe that we had 10 years ago, but this one of them ones where it's darn near close. Like, it's very close. Especially like, you know, like I said, for the hype to not be nowhere near as crazy as it was when they originally released. It's just one of them things where like if something not hyped, people not, you know, trampling down all over the place trying to get it and stuff. But I'm just thankful that it's way easier for me to get sneakers now. Like I tell y'all, if y'all want a sneaker, go ahead and go after it. Don't worry about hype. If you like it, you go ahead and buy it right then. Sometimes you might regret because you might be able to get it later, and then sometimes you might regret because you might have to pay more later. So it's just one of them things where if you can get your hands on it right then and there, go ahead and just pull the trigger, man. But that's my thoughts and opinions on the Shattered Backboard ones. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about them. Let me know if you did go ahead and catch that W, or let me know if you decided to pass on them because they just didn't do it for you. And then I do know a lot of people had, you know, doubled up or even tripled up on the 2015 pair. So maybe you still got a 2015 pair on ice, or your 2015 pair still looking crispy, and you decided like it just ain't worth it to get these again. But like I told y'all, I missed on them the first time, so I'm glad that I got a chance to get them in my hand this time. But that's gonna do it for the video. Y'all make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Stay positive and stay smiling. And without further ado, this is your boy Retro Quin. About.